Today, we are going to be talking about how do we make religion go away. I'm Richard Gilliver with the Atheist Community of Austin, and we challenge religion from an atheist perspective through live calls, debates, and education in an open and inclusive environment. So today, a big question this is, how do we make religion go away? I'm probably going to disappoint a lot of people here. And I'm going to say that we shouldn't try and make religion go away. We shouldn't impose anything on people they can't freely do themselves. Instead of making religion go away, we should be fully engaged in activism and skepticism and critical thinking and getting people educated in those things. And only by people's own realization and own education and own willingness within themselves to look at as many true things as possible are we going to get that thing that we call religion to go away. It's no good standing with placards outside of a church saying, "You're wrong, you shouldn't be there," because that is not going to work. And that is largely why I say we should not try and make religion go away, with the emphasis on the make. So in religious studies, there's an idea called secularism, which from the perspective of religious studies is that religion will die out of its own accord and be replaced by secularism. Here's the problem with that. First of all, I personally don't think that's going to happen. And I don't think it's going to happen because without sufficient education in critical thinking, then what we're going to get is we're going to get religion replaced with some other set of supernatural beliefs. And we see it. We see that now when people come out of religion, they swap that particular organized religion for something a little bit more fluid, something not so rigorous, something not so oppressive to them as an individual, but they still hold on to those supernatural claims and those supernatural beliefs. I see it in the country where I live, where there's not a great many people who are religious, and certainly not a lot of people who talk about their religious beliefs. But there are lots of people who believe in ghosts and other supernatural claims. And it's not enough to make religion go away. What we need to do is educate people. I would much, much rather have a well-educated person who still has a religious belief but is looking into that themselves and working through that themselves and listening and talking through things, then I would like to stand there and say, "You are wrong. Your religious belief should go away," because that is not going to help anyone. So the answer, I believe, to the question, how do we make religion go away, is through educating people. It's through educating people through doing activism. It's through educating people in critical thinking and in skepticism and having conversations with people. It's through going onto social media and having conversations with people. It's through taking calls on call-in shows and having conversations with people. It's through sitting on roundtable discussion shows like the non-profits and discussing the harm that religion does. These are all ways where religious people can sit without being threatened. And that's so important. It doesn't have to be an argument. It doesn't have to be a raging argument where you're shouting at the religious person that they're wrong. These are all ways where we can sit and educate people, and people can sit there and listen without feeling threatened and have their own space and their own time to think. And that is how we encourage, not make, but that is how we encourage religion to go away.